of minting it on the blockchain, where people can then purchase that minted NFT with a cryptocurrency, usually Ethereum. And I know, minting, is that a slang term for chewing gum? Blockchain? You mean a necklace you wear in Minecraft? I'm aware I'm throwing a lot of terms at you, but I assure you, I am also confused. I also don't understand it. Can we normalize being a fucking idiot? Can we normalize that? Can we normalize being a fucking idiot and not wanting to be better? Try to explain it another way. So a lot of people on the internet have been comparing NFTs to Pokemon cards. That's like an easier way for the brain to grasp it, I think. You know, there's only a certain amount of them made. Some are more valuable than the others. And they're also for little nerdy virgin losers. Like, for example, this PSA 10 first edition Dark Charizard that I pulled a few months ago, it's whatever. At the time of filming this, there are only 488 of these that exist in the world in this condition. Even if I were to trade this for like another identical card, it just wouldn't be the same because this is the actual one. Like, this is the physical one that I pulled that has like memories attached to it and stuff. But again, it's like hard to compare it because this is a thing. This is like a thing that I can touch with my fingies. So that's the main difference. I guess like a better way to describe it is buying a star. You're obviously not actually purchasing a star. You're just getting a certificate saying that you did. I bought a star, I'll go get it. And this video is just me showing the cool shit I have. I bought a star last year to celebrate me hitting 1 million followers on Instagram because I had this bit where all the followers were going to my ass, and then my ass got so big that it detached from my body, flew into space, and became a star. So I bought that star, my ass. So I named it Curtis Connor's butt, and it's in the Poo Piss constellation. Now, is that hilarious? Yes. Do I own the star? No. When an alien species wants to invade a planet in that solar system, they're not like, whoa, hold on, let's call up Kurt really quick. Let's see what he has to say about it. I hope what I'm saying makes sense in relation to NFTs. And before we go any further, I want to say I'm not like 100% against the idea. Like just the pure, just theorization, just the idea of NFTs. I'm not against it. You know, I think that it has the potential to be something interesting. Like on paper, or I guess like on a Google Doc, because it's not like a real thing. It's an interesting idea. And I am also a firm believer in artists getting paid handsomely for their work. And when I say paid handsomely, I don't mean like them getting a lot of money. I just want a really handsome man to give them cash. The main controversy surrounding NFTs is the environmental impact. Since it's such a complex process, it takes a lot of computing power to actually convert a piece of art into an actual minted NFT. And that's why I'm into Pokemon cards, you know? At least they give you energy in every pack you open, right? Because like the energy cards. And I'm gonna be completely honest here, I genuinely thought the environmental impact was the only issue with NFTs up until like really recently, but it's not. There's a lot more because I did research like a nerd. Apparently people are just like stealing people's original artwork and then just putting it up as an NFT like they did it. But dude, I swear to God, it happens. I could say firsthand, someone made an NFT of me, dude. I swear to God they did. It's not up anymore, but I took a screenshot and this is what it was. That was an NFT. An unflattering picture of me with a weird circle. Also, the face I'm making in this picture is making it seem like I'm like excited to be trapped in this gradient circle. I am not. I can assure you I'm not. Like the things NFTs have become in a short amount of time is so dystopian and just like depressing and cringe even. So I have scoured the internet for the weirdest, dumbest, cringiest NFT content that I could find, and we're gonna dunk on it today, dude. The first video I want to talk about is a clip from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, where he is interviewing Paris Hilton. So Paris Hilton is on The Tonight Show, you know, she's talking about all the exciting things that's happening in her life.
I'm good at like raving and jumping around.
And then they bring up the topic of
NFTs.
And dude, I've seen some pretty vapid shit on late night television, especially from our little guy Jimmy Fallon, but this is a new low.
I jumped in.
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too, because I saw you on the show with people, and you said you got a MoonPay, so I went and I copied you and did the same thing.
What? What language is that? What language are you speaking?
Yeah, I saw you talk to the people, so I went on Moonbase and I used all my jizz coins to buy a schnoople.
Like, what are you saying? And Jimmy says here that he bought an ape, which is in reference to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is like the most probably the most popular NFT collection that came out. They're honestly just a bunch of different drawings of monkeys in hats and glasses. It's really nothing special. Again, show me a real life monkey in hats and glasses, take my money. So that's what they're referencing when they talk about an ape. But man, it would be so funny if Jimmy Fallon like genuinely misunderstood when he heard about all of his celebrity friends like buying apes. And then he's on his late night show like, look, hey Paris, look, I got an ape. I bought an ape, just like you.
Jimmy, what the fuck? That's a literal gorilla.
A gorilla that's been on.
Hey, does your NFT also throw his shit at you?
This
That's
is your
mine.
ape. Are we debuting?
It's really cool. Like, the hat, the shades.
Now what? How did you pick?
Oh, no. Took the audience so long to applaud. I'm gonna throw up.
This is
That's
your
mine.
ape. Are we debuting?
It's really cool.
I could have read a fucking book in the amount of time between him showing off the ape and the audience like applauding. I could have read a fucking whole book, I swear to God. And I'm a slow reader. Also, the way he said it, like, is this your ape?
You did?
Is this it?
This
That's
is your
mine.
ape.
Is this your ape?
Are we debuting?
Like he's unveiling a fucking newborn child. Like, what are we doing? Guys, what are we doing? Johnny Carson is turning over in his grave right now, dude. We are devolving, officially. We evolved from monkeys, and now we're diverting back to just selling pictures of monkeys for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then talking about it on The Tonight Show. It's the circle of life. Seriously, Jimmy Fallon, out of all times, why couldn't you break character during this segment like you did on every fucking SNL sketch you're in? This is the time you had to, like, be serious about something?
This is my ape.
Yours.
It reminded me of me a little bit because I wear striped shirts.
Like, who is this segment for, you know? Who is this for? Were they expecting us to just lose our mind when they showed off this picture? You expected us to go ape shit when you showed us your ape shit? So they jerk each other off about their NFTs for a while, but the interview ends with Paris Hilton giving everybody in the audience one of her very own NFTs.
And I want to give one to everyone in the audience.
The NFT is like a collage of like all of her favorite memories with her boyfriend, so why the fuck would you want that? But hey, I guess that's cool. Everybody goes home with a digital piece of art.
Everyone gets an NFT.
But actually, not really. Because guess what? A little bit of knowledge that I found out recently. When you buy an NFT, you aren't paying for a piece of art. Like, you don't own it. You don't own that drawing of a monkey. When you buy an NFT, you're buying a token that represents that asset. So like essentially when you boil it down, it's like you own a hyperlink to that JPEG. That's like if you bought a painting, but you just got a little certificate saying that you bought it. But like the actual painting is in like your childhood schoolroom in your attic, slowly aging and getting more older and decrepit while you stay youthful forever, you know? And dude, the way people talk about NFTs is just so strange.
They're buddies.
Like they talk them up like they're literally like the elixir of life. Like they're the fucking Tesseract. But they're just pictures of monkeys, man.
Any other crypto or NFT words of wisdom?
Your digital presence means more than your physical presence at this point. Like it used to be, before the internet, you drove around town, and if you had the Rolls Royce, like you were like the guy in your town. You know what I mean? But now it's like we don't really know each other face to face. We only know each other online. And so like if you have a CryptoPunk as your Twitter picture, you're guaranteed like 10,000 followers that day, and then also everything you say is taken with a little bit more seriousness.
I'd have to disagree. I think it's the opposite, man. You gotta take me more seriously now.
Why is that?
I got a picture of a little guy as my profile picture.
God,
So.
holy shit.
I make the rules. Also, hey man, not gonna take any advice from a guy in a snapback. That's sort of my golden rule. But the NFT cringe doesn't stop there. No. There's been a lot of overlap with NFTs and the metaverse. And it's just so interesting to me because all of this is just purely speculative. There is no real utility for NFTs yet. And also the metaverse like doesn't fully exist yet either. Old Zuckerberg himself said it would be like 5 to 10 years before like all the main features of the metaverse are like readily available. Y'all must be high as shit to get into this NFT stuff, man. Y'all are smoking something. Hey Mark, what are they smoking?
Smoking meat.
I was thinking like weed or something.
Smoking these meats.
Okay.
Smoking meat.
Speaking of the metaverse and NFTs, I found a fucking gold mine. So let's watch this next video.
This NFT is changing the game. Meta Girlfriends allows you to have a metaverse girlfriend with their own unique personality. They already sold out of their pre-sale 1,000 NFTs, so the hype is real. They're introducing a brand new feature where you can combine multiple NFTs into a more rare one in something called the Rainbow Room. They're minting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, so check it out.
Come on, man. Okay, so this is why dudes are so excited for the metaverse because they've never met a girl who wanted to fuck them.
Meta Girlfriends allows you to have a metaverse girlfriend with their own unique personality.
You know who else has their own unique personality? Every girl. Just any real girl. I can't begin to wrap my head around this. Like, imagine someone actually thinking that an NFT is their girlfriend. Oh, I'm stuffed, man. That was a great dinner. Thanks for having me over, by the way.